Welcome, Pisces. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do your November reading. And I pull from the Talisman Oracle the Navigation card. It looks like a puffer, some kind of stingray or fish on the card, but I will try and show it so that the light glare doesn't hit on it, and so you can see the image clearly. It's time to tap into your innate navigation system and plan your trip. Determine where you're heading and imagine the final destination where you see yourself at peace. After all, even the best GPS wouldn't do you any good if you don't know the address. Determine where you are right now in your life. Clarify your vision and check what attitudes will help you along the way. Forming a new healthy habit doesn't come easily, but you can prevail with a strong will and determination. This card can also symbolize finding your calling and purpose in life. Use this card when you want to better visualize your goals. The universe has a magical way of manifesting when we truly claim our desire. And this leads me right into your overall energy for the Tarot, the Eight of Wands. And this is interesting because the theme of travel has emerged from a combination of these cards. This is you, I believe, receiving visitors from places you have visited, or conversely, visiting those who have visited you. This feels like there's some significant distance between the places you've traveled and where you are currently residing. But there's an active flow of energy, information, and experiences between those places and individuals. Part of the value of this travel or exploration that you're engaging in is the way in which it expands your world, brings you new information and contacts that you might ordinarily not have. This is about being comfortable in unfamiliar places, trusting in your ability to perceive and understand the value and the truth of your experience. Underneath the deck is the world. The world is about completing a cycle. Perhaps there is an experience of travel or distant uh, um, location that you are wrapping up. Perhaps former travels or contact with a former place you've traveled is opening up yet a new opportunity for adventure, for connection, for learning in an unfamiliar context. This is a leveling up. This is about the victory or achievement of these connections specific to your ability to utilize the lessons that you have gained and as preparation for moving on to a new level. This is taking you into the world in a way that gives you more visibility, which is important for whatever work you're engaging in right now. So this is about a greater, larger community, very much in touch with your gift, Pisces, of finding connections between all things. In the 10th house, this is describing your social identity, the way others see you, the 9 of Wands. You've been working at something for a very long time, so this makes it feel to me as though you have been working in a similar way in a variety of locations that you've been. If you're an educator, if you're a creative, if you build organizations, if you work with communities, you have applied this talent, this craft, this gift in a variety of settings. And it feels as though until now, you have been feeling a sense of parallel experiences. In other words, the experience in one place is quite often more similar to your experiences in other locations than not. It doesn't mean that every context is not unique, because I see you putting your heart, investing yourself in each location or opportunity that you have worked. But I do feel that this is coalescing in some way. Perhaps this itinerant way of working, moving back and forth consistently, is changing. You may have achieved something that makes this method easier or more fluid. Perhaps it's a bringing together of these various experiences into one. There's something that is altered about the way that you're working. You're not stopping work, but you feel that some unity among these various experiences is eminent, and that gives you more energy and strength of purpose to continue. In the first house, your perspective is very much centered around creating and protecting your own sacred space. You understand what your talent is, what you're good at, uh, what sets you apart from others, your special sauce. But you are also understanding that you cannot be continually distracted by the needs of others, that you must sequester yourself or protect your sacred space to exercise your gift in a way that is informed by your own presence, the presence of what it is you desire. So there's something about your presence here, uh, no matter where you're located, that is what you're essentially crafting, working on, or manifesting in a way that can feel magical across all of these different cultural contexts. In the fourth house, the house of your soul, your home, your family, the Two of Swords is about the range of emotions and ideas that come about as the result of a crossroads you feel yourself to be at. And I do think it has to do with some culmination of many of your experiences, culmination of a variety of projects perhaps you're working on at one time, in a way that you see an opportunity to move forward, pursue or commit to one particular aspect or coalition of these experiences. And it is an act of turning away from something that you have been doing, or a sense of connection to a community that you feel has a particular need for you, one that you're feeling perhaps remorseful or uncomfortable about leaving behind. And this is coming from a sense of feeling that others need you in a way that you perhaps don't feel that you need them. And that can be generating some sense of guilt in and of itself. But I do feel that you are really trying to release this need to plan everything out, to see the answers, to get the answers now, that is in some ways hijacking your ability to be present in your desire, what it is you want, what it is you're consciously manifesting. And this push and pull, this sense of uh, uh, regret or potential loss for others who you feel depend upon you, is pulling away from your intuition and a commitment I feel that you've already made. You've always made, and it's manifesting in a way that makes you feel perhaps a sense of what sometimes we call survivor's guilt, right? Why me? Why do I get this opportunity and others have not? How come I'm surviving an experience that others haven't? In the seventh house, the house of significant others, the Ten of Cups. Now, this really begs against the idea that you're leaving something behind, something you care about, something you feel committed to. This actually shows that instead of leaving anything behind, you are moving into a greater, more compassionate community or organization. You're moving towards a collective, a community that shares all that it has. Particularly as individuals united, you are amplifying your abundance by sharing it. And this is precisely the kind of community that is familiar to many of you. I feel that many Pisces that I'm reading for are from some kind of a collective childhood or formative experience of living in a shared community, a solid community, a vibrant, thriving neighborhood, some way in which a collective experience has been part of your experience growing up, and you naturally gravitate to opportunities where you have both the opportunity to experience your talent, your gift, to be able to contribute that uh, in a way that helps others, but also gives you the protection and safety of growing your gift, experiencing your gift, being recognized for the value of who you are and what you contribute. I'm going to clarify these cards with the ethereal deck, which is another name for a shadow work deck. And this is a nod to harvest season, the end of summer, practiced in Samhain with the Celtic New Year, Halloween, even Thanksgiving, Dia de los Muertos, whatever cultural rituals we have to acknowledge the end of the peak of abundance, of our sense of belonging in the world, and an internalization of that as we move towards uh, winter moss and the return of the light again. So we do this via the thinning of the veils that occurs this time of the year, where we, other energies, the symbolized by the crow, the raven, the blackbird, move between worlds, exchange information, carry messages, uh, and between life and death, but more than that, between a myriad of other spirit worlds and entities. If this reading is resonating with you so far, Pisces, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. I appreciate all the ways that you support me. The Seven of Wands in the first house is clarified by the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is really about your openness to listening to others. This is a really beautiful energy that recognizes and is able to hear the needs of others and still make the very wise uh, uh, move in a direction of protecting what is yours, but allowing what others share with you as informing that. So part of the energy here is you working on your own gifts, working at it, externalizing those or manifesting from a place of deep comfort, talent, and natural authenticity for you, but allowing yourself to be informed or to advise others towards the same goal for themselves. So this is helping others through your own now understanding of how important it is to honor your own space, not allow the needs of others to distract you, but it doesn't mean that you're not able to contribute to the needs of others by helping them understand your process of prioritizing your needs and your ability to help yourself beyond yourself. I hope that's making sense. In the fourth house, the Two of Swords is clarified by the Knight of Cups. And here we have an energy of, yes, exploring some uncomfortable feelings as you are in the midst of a fair amount of abundance, opportunities to travel, to move, to connect with others. There is a range of uh, uncomfortable feelings that are generated by the ideas, activities, and the realizations that you're having. Exploring those feelings are important because I think for the energy of Pisces that looks always towards the healing and support of friendships, alliances, partnerships, um, there's a way in which you perhaps dismiss, discount, or bury those uncomfortable feelings, those feelings of guilt, of unclarity about um, all of the gifts you've gained, all of the knowledge you've gained from your family of origin, your childhood. There feels like a big move for some of you towards moving away from that. And that's fine to move away from those ideas, some of those spiritual experiences, but it's with the sense that you're taking lessons learned with you and not avoiding those uncomfortable feelings by dismissing them. It makes you more available to the stories of others, the advisement they seek in acknowledging your own feelings of discomfort, of guilt, even of shame. In the seventh house, the house of your significant others, the Ten of Cups is clarified by the Page of Swords. Interesting, because what it's showing me is this beautiful opportunity of community, of sharing, of safety, of intimacy, vulnerability, that you don't quite know how to proceed. You're learning more about this community, perhaps at a new level. So now a story is emerging of you working independently in communicating, traveling, connecting to others in other places, and yet perhaps the community you grew up in or a new community that you're a part of. You recognize that you understand these experiences at a deeper level and must observe and learn how to navigate through this rather ideal community for you, a kind of dream community in which your value is understood, your wisdom, your advisement is sought. And yet you feel that you're the one who is learning in the experience in a new way. You're understanding the application of this model of shared abundance and its implications for what you want to do, what you want to see in the world. In the 10th house, the Nine of Wands is clarified by the Ten of Wands. So here I see you working really, really hard at whatever your professional effort, your community project, the contribution you want to make, working super hard. In fact, even fulfilling some kind of deep obligation you have to a community. And as a result of that, you are receiving some recognition and acknowledgement, and you are moving to a new level. This is all in preparation for moving to into a larger sense of shared abundance with others. This is a conscious and methodological change that is impacting the way that you communicate, share, uh, and live with others, the way that you agree to what goals are most important, what the obligation truly is, and what new efforts you can take up to impact on this elevated understanding of a new consolidated world, an abundant world, a world that is safe and that protects the most vulnerable. I'm going to finish this reading, Pisces, with a crystal oracle, and out jumps the aquamarine. And the key word is communication. I communicate with ease and grace. Yes, I'm seeing that very clearly here with the Queen of Swords. You're able to translate a rather complex idea about community and collective endeavor that is not familiar to people, but it corresponds with your growth, your current understanding, and your ability to magically claim a desire by focusing on it. If you've enjoyed this content, check out more content here. Thank you for your likes and subscribes, Pisces. Until next time, namaste.